This is definitely the #1 mistake that I see women over 50 making. Not only do I see women who are over 50 making this mistake frequently, but I also know from personal experience and some statistics that I'm going to share with you today that it has ripple effects in their lives and in fact in the lives of the people around them. It's a huge mistake. It's not just about aesthetics, it goes much deeper. Hello ladies, welcome to today's video. I've got some big news to share with you today. I want to share with you the #1 mistake that women are making. And yes, it's a fashion mistake. It's a mistake that has to do with our appearance, but it goes so much further than that. It has repercussions throughout our lives, and in fact, I believe it affects the people around us also. Today's video is sponsored by HomeAglow, and I look forward to sharing more about them later in the video. When I began blogging 6.5 years ago, and then when I began this channel about 4.5 years ago, one of the reasons I did that was to help myself not make this mistake. As I got into my 50s, I looked around me and I actually saw women making this mistake a lot, frequently, so many women. And I could also see that it was making an impact on their lives. And I didn't want to fall into that. Now here's the truth. I am very prone to this mistake. That's just the honest truth of it. It's something that I have to discipline myself not to do. And I'm going to share that mistake with you, so I'm not just trying to tease you along, but I do want you to stay with me because throughout the rest of this video, I want to give you some information to really back this up. And I also want to share with you some ways that I have found help me to not make this mistake because it's important. It really is important. And I don't want to make this mistake, and I know you don't either. You know, aesthetics are important, and this leans heavily into that. Sometimes we make these mistakes simply because we are out of energy, we're out of time, or life just kind of gets crazy. And that brings us to our sponsor today. I want to share with you an experience that I recently had with HomeAglow. Now, this is not the mistake that women over 50 make, but it is a mistake that I sometimes make, and maybe you do too. And that is that life gets so busy, and yes, it even gets full, and I fall into the habit of not deep cleaning my house, not really getting things as clean as they should be. And we both work around the house to keep it tidy, but sometimes things don't get as clean as they should. So when HomeAglow reached out recently to sponsor a video, I was eager to say yes. And with the HomeAglow service, I was able to easily schedule online a cleaning with a professional cleaner in my area. Their website is so easy to use. You just go onto it. You can see a list of people who offer cleaning in your area and who are available for the dates and times that you list. You know, you may want to have your home cleaned as you prepare for a party or after a party. You may want to have it cleaned as you begin a new season or perhaps before you decorate for Christmas. I'm going to do that. But recently things had just kind of gotten out of control, and so I did line up through HomeAglow a cleaner to come for a 6-hour cleaning. The good thing is you get to prioritize the tasks that you need done in your home. There were some places I didn't need her to touch anything at all, maybe just run the vacuum or the sweeper, but other places I needed her to do a little bit more. And you know, that just took so much off of my plate. It made it where I could just kind of sit down and do some of the busy work that goes on behind the scenes here at Dress for My Day. It actually takes more time than you would think to just pick out clothes when maybe I get a collaboration with a brand, just to go through their website, pick out the clothes that I really like and that I think maybe my viewers and my readers would too. I have a lot of emails to respond to and a lot of contracts to go through. So having a cleaner to come in through HomeAglow really freed me up to do those things and to just kind of take care of life. All the cleaners at HomeAglow go through a rigorous certification process and have to maintain at least a 4.8 star rating on their website. Another great aspect of HomeAglow is that the 100% of the fee and the tips go directly to your cleaner. You can also use HomeAglow's Forever Clean membership to set up regular cleanings, and you will experience savings that way too. Cleanings start at just $19 per hour, but you can have deep cleanings, you can have regular cleanings. You just set it up however you want to do that. I encourage you to take home cleaning off of your plate by going to homeaglow.com/kharms or going through the QR code here with your photo app on your phone, and you can set up your first cleaning, and the first 3 hours will be just $19. That's pretty amazing. That's a great deal they're offering us today, so you definitely want to check out this service. Like I said, whether you want to set up regular cleanings, get it cleaned before a party or something like that, or before a company's coming, I encourage you to do so. Now let's move on to that number one mistake that I do see women making. The number one mistake that women often make is simply not getting dressed for your day. Now, hey, wait, don't fast forward and don't leave this video, because I want to share with you an experiment that I recently set up for myself, made myself go through for this purpose. Like I said, when I started blogging about 6.5 years ago at dressedformyday.com, one of my missions really was just to keep myself in check. I knew the importance of getting dressed for my day, and I knew that I struggle with it sometimes. Sometimes because of laziness, that's just being honest. Sometimes though, I'm just really busy. You know, life just gets busy. I don't have enough hours in the day to pause and really put any thought into my outfit or put any makeup on or do my hair or anything like that. Other times though, honestly, it was just a low self-esteem. Sometimes too, I just kind of thought, what's the point? I'm not going anywhere. I'm just hanging out here at my house, and maybe the only person I will see is my husband, or maybe some days I wasn't seeing anybody. There wasn't really anybody around. It was just me, and I was just doing stuff at my home. So what was the point? You know, there's all sorts of reasons I have found that women give for not getting dressed for their day, and I had all of them. But since I began blogging at Dressed for My Day, I have done pretty well at keeping myself in check. That's not to say that I get dressed for my day every day, but more days than I don't, I do pull myself together. I put together a good looking outfit, I put on some makeup, I do a little something with my hair, and most every day I put on some jewelry. So whether I'm going anywhere or I'm at home, I do get dressed for my day. But recently, I challenged myself to go 7 days without getting dressed for my day. Now, I did still put on clothes. I'm going to run some little videos here that I shot of myself just using my phone. I did get dressed most days, I think. I don't think I ever just stayed in my pajamas all day. I may have one day. And I did still practice good hygiene. I took a shower every day, I think I did. And I did brush my teeth, and I did use good skincare, and I ran a comb through my hair. But I did not put on any makeup. I did not allow myself to put on any jewelry. And when I put on an outfit, I did not do anything to style it. I did not even allow myself to tuck in a shirt. I really kept it minimal. This included going to church. It included going out to dinner. It included going to a doctor's appointment and then going for the blood test afterwards. It included going out quite a little bit. And at first, I'll have to tell you, at first, on the first couple of days, I thought, oh, this is a breeze. In fact, I experienced a few of the benefits of not getting dressed for my day. So yes, indeed, there are some benefits, and let me share those with you. One of the benefits is simply it was so much easier. I did not have to fuss with things. I didn't have to really think about what I was wearing. I just put on some pants and a top and called it a day, right? And some shoes, and I really did not worry about it. It also was faster. I'm always envious of how fast my husband can get in the shower and do the little things he does and then get out and he's ready to go. And I'm still in there going through the process of getting dressed for my day. So I got to experience that. I would hop in the shower, bathe, get out, put on some clothes, comb my hair, and out I went. It was so fast. It was amazing. And also because it was actually faster, I think I didn't dread starting the process as much as I sometimes do. You know, I think that's part of the reason a lot of us don't get dressed for our day is just it is a process and it does take time. In some ways, of course, not getting dressed for my day was also cheaper. I didn't use my makeup, didn't use a lot of hair products. I wasn't spraying perfume on, you know, it was just cheaper. But then again, that changed when I realized a few things. Because I wasn't using much of my wardrobe, that meant 90% of the things that I have in my wardrobe were going unused. And really that kind of raises the cost per wear. It also made me feel like I had invested in makeup and perfume and jewelry that I wasn't using, and it made me feel wasteful after a time. So we're starting to get into the negatives now, and let me share a few more of those negatives of not getting dressed for my day for 7 days. It got old fast. After the first couple of days, they fell on a weekend, a Friday and a Saturday, so that kind of felt like, oh, that was good to kind of rest and relax and not get dressed for my day. But when Sunday morning came, I told my husband, I don't think I'm going to do this after all. He didn't tell me to do it, but he did encourage me to follow through, so I did. And I went to church and it was fine. Here's one thing that's for sure, ladies. I don't have to wear makeup. I don't have to pull my outfits together. I don't have to do my hair. People in my life still love me. They still engage with me. They're not going to blackball me because I don't do those things. But it did feel odd, and I did not feel myself at church or at the doctor's office and the places I went. I felt underwhelmed and unmotivated most of the time. I really had to fight those feelings. Life just kind of lost some of its joy and some of its zing. Even when I was just working from home, which I do most days, I found myself really lagging at work, really working slowly, not feeling creative at all. Also, I did not feel as smart, as bright, as intelligent. For instance, when I was at my physical and my healthcare provider was talking with me, I kind of felt like she's so much smarter than me and I'm not very smart at all. And that's probably not really true. I'm a pretty smart woman. I've got a pretty good business going here. But when I'm not dressed for my day, I did not feel smart at all. In fact, I felt invisible. I'll have to tell you that for 7 days, not a single person gave me a compliment. Now, it's not like I live for those or I thrive off of them, but I'm kind of used to when I'm out and about, at least somebody's saying, oh, I like your coat. Oh, your hair is so pretty, or you have such beautiful eyes. But not a single person told me anything nice about myself for 7 days. Another negative of not getting dressed for my day is this is when it started getting deeper as the days went on. I began to feel major FOMO. You know what that is? Fear of missing out. I felt like I was really missing out. This really dawned on me when I was sitting at the doctor's office in the waiting room and a woman came in and her adult daughter and they began to talk to the receptionist there, and I looked at her and she had on sweatpants and a sweat jacket and a t-shirt and sneakers, so a very casual outfit, but she did look pulled together and she had on earrings. I sat there feeling so envious that she had on earrings and I didn't. Now I don't know what that's all about, but I felt like I was losing out. I was missing out. And if I could just have some earrings, I would feel so much better about myself. Somehow I felt like she was dressed for her day and she had real things to do. She had on some lipstick, nothing much, just some lipstick and maybe some mascara. She looked very casual but very pulled together, and somehow I just felt like she knew something that I didn't know, like she was participating in something that I was being left out of. After I went to the doctor's office, I noticed that I began to treat myself as though I were sick, even though I wasn't. I had a pretty good doctor's visit. It was just a checkup. I'm fine. But somehow as the week went on, those 7 days went on, and I wasn't getting dressed for my day, I actually began to feel ill. I did not have as much energy. I remember even one day fixing myself some chicken noodle soup. I only eat that when I'm sick. But for some reason I felt like that's what I should be eating. That's how much this began to affect me. And the final thing I think I felt was resentful. I felt really resentful that I had all these things in my closet, even new purchases that I've been making for early fall, and I couldn't wear them. And if I did put them on, I couldn't style them. So I really began to resent that because I've taken the time to build a wardrobe that I love, and I've learned how to put myself together, and I really enjoy it. Yes, it takes work, it takes time, it takes intentionality, and it does even take some money. But I really enjoy it these days, and not being able to do it, it really kind of made me resent it. So now let me tell you a few of the lessons I learned and that I think you might want to know about too. First of all, I've known for several years now, when I began the blog, I really studied enclothed cognition. And enclothed cognition is the theory that what we wear affects how we present ourselves to other people, and it also affects how people respond to us. And then of course that just kind of sets up a circular effect. We respond to them, they respond to us, and a lot of it has to do with how we've put ourselves together. What we've worn, maybe have we done some makeup, put on some jewelry, done your hair. All of that does visually affect how our interactions go with other people, as well as how we just conduct our day, the work we get done, the way we feel about things, the way we respond to news and events during the day. But what I didn't know is that there's also a theory called embodied cognition. And this is the theory that the things that you do, that you physically go through, the movements that you physically go through, also affect how the rest of your day goes, how you interact with other people, how you handle your work, how you handle the events and the things that you come across during the day, the conversations that you have. That's why you may have heard that people who make their bed first thing in the morning often are more productive than those who don't. Likewise, just going through the motions of getting yourself dressed for the day, putting on clothes, styling that outfit, putting on some makeup, fixing your hair, adding some jewelry, putting on some shoes that kind of work for you. Those things, going through those motions, actually gears you up for the rest of your day. It's going to help you to be more creative, to be more polished, more professional, to attack the things in your life, the projects that you have on your to-do list with a little bit more gusto, a little bit more decisiveness. I remember a line from that movie, You've Got Mail, where I think it's Tom Hanks' character says that he's heard that just making those decisions at Starbucks first thing in the morning, I'll have a non-fat, caffeine-free cappuccino with no foam, sets up a person who really has no decision-making power to make some decisions for the rest of their day. In the same way, getting dressed for our day actually propels us to make better decisions, to have better interactions, to get our work done, to be more creative, to feel better throughout the day. The acts of getting dressed for my day actually give me an element of power over my day, even if I may feel like I am not in control of my day. If you ever have something that you have to go do that maybe is hard, maybe you're a caretaker and you have to go take care of an aging parent or a sibling who's not doing well, and it's going to be a hard day, going through the act of getting dressed for your day, putting yourself together, putting on some makeup, fixing your hair, can actually make you feel more powerful over the task ahead. And putting on something that I especially love or that actually makes me feel a little bit more beautiful or a little bit more competent can gear me up for those challenges even more. So yes, in that respect, getting dressed for your day can actually be a healthy coping mechanism. Remember when I went to my healthcare provider and I told you I sat there feeling not so smart and a little bit like I was being left out? Getting dressed for your day can actually give you a sense of control, a sense of power, and a sense of being a little bit smarter. Going through those motions gives you that power over your day. So if you have a challenge like that laying ahead of you, whether you're spending the morning at the attorney's office or your afternoon at the accountant office, or you have to go to a healthcare provider, or for heaven forbid, a chemo treatment or a dialysis or something even more challenging, then I encourage you to get dressed for your day. Yes, it takes some energy, it takes some time, and it takes some money to set yourself up to do it. But getting dressed for your day can have ripple effects throughout your day in more ways than you know. It's more than just power and control, though, that getting dressed for our day gives us. Getting dressed for our day is also a way to add joy to our life. In fact, it's a way to celebrate life. Choosing an outfit that coordinates and just goes together is kind of like picking a theme for a party. Adding some jewelry is kind of like decorating for that party. Putting on some makeup and doing your hair is kind of like planning festivities and activities and ways to celebrate, maybe cooking a great meal for that party. And then styling that outfit and adding other finishing touches is kind of like having a signature cocktail or mocktail ready for your guests. You know, when you've done all that you can to really prepare for a party, that's when you're ready for your guests to arrive. You've sent out invitations and you're ready for them to come and join the party with you. And I've just found when I get dressed for my day, I've pulled together that outfit, I've put on some makeup, styled my hair, added some jewelry, worn the shoes that work for me, that I'm a lot more likely to get out and engage with people, kind of like showing up for that party. I'm more likely to have positive conversations. I'm more likely to smile and laugh easily and to feel relaxed in their presence. And and I'm more likely to spread some joy to them. I can take the focus off of me. That's one of the interesting things that I learned about 6 years ago when I began this whole journey of blogging and YouTubing here at Dress for My Day. Is I kind of thought that getting dressed for my day was all about me, but I realized that when I do get dressed for my day, it's much more easier for me to then forget about my appearance and go out into the world and engage without ever giving a thought to my appearance the rest of the day. I rarely run a comb through my hair again or touch up my makeup at all the rest of my day. Once I've done it in the morning, I do just get out and engage, and that really frees me up to do that. And then finally, I found that it actually is very crucial for certain people especially to get dressed for our day, and especially first thing in the morning. Are you a baker or a seamstress? Maybe you enjoy flower arranging, or maybe you're even a painter or a writer. I don't call myself a creative, but when I really stop and think about it, I am. I love to write. I love to express myself through words. I do enjoy putting together a good meal. I am a creative, and my bet is that many of you are also. When we don't get dressed for our day first thing in the morning, what happens is we rob ourselves of our first opportunity to create something beautiful. So when you put together an outfit, you do your makeup, you do your hair, it's one of those creative acts. It's a way of creating something that really uniquely expresses you to other people, to everyone that you encounter. Also, getting dressed for our day is one of the ways that we actually align ourselves with other people who hold similar values or beliefs or work ethics. That's one of the reasons, I think, why we've really struggled over the years as going to church has become more of a casual thing. Getting dressed up and going to church, kind of everybody putting on your Sunday best, was one of the ways that it aligned us with the other people who were at church. These were people who held similar beliefs and similar values, and we were all dressing up in a similar way. Now we're not doing that, but we can at least put in some effort into how we look. Going to work, if you get dressed for your work, then you're aligning yourself with those co-workers. You're saying we're all a team, we're professional, we're classy, we have high standards, and this is how we dress. So getting dressed for your day can align you with a group of people who hold similar beliefs and ethics. When we don't do that, we actually disengage ourselves. We kind of tell everybody through our appearance that I don't belong here, that I don't necessarily line up with you. So that may not be a number one reason to get dressed for our day, but it's certainly something to think about. Here are my final 2 thoughts on this. Occasionally, I do think it's a good idea not to get dressed for my day. I have to admit, it was fun those first couple of days to just dial it in, so to speak, to just hop in the shower, hop out, run my fingers through my hair, put on some clothes, who cares what, and go about my day. So everybody needs a day like that every now and then, I think. It kind of frees you up, and maybe even go out and do something. It reminds you that, yes, I am all I need to be, even without all of this. I am enough, and it is okay to go out not with the makeup on or the hair done or the jewelry or anything else. Just be me. It's okay to show up that way. Getting dressed for my day can sometimes feel kind of draining for certain personality types and also on certain days. So I really recommend that you have 4 or 5 outfit formulas that really serve you well, that you've kind of nailed down. You know how to put them together really easily, and they're your go-tos. If you have to, take pictures. If you have to, make a list and put it on your closet wall. I can imagine if you're going through something really hard. I've been there. I've been there in times when I've gone through something so hard I did not want to get dressed for my day. It was emotionally taxing and it was time consuming, and I didn't have it in me. And that's when you have to lean into that wardrobe that you've put together and those outfit formulas, just doing what you know how to do. Because remember, there's a motive to do that. Going through the act of putting on an outfit, putting on a little makeup, doing your hair, taking some care with your appearance is going to signal to your brain for the rest of your day that I've got this. I can do this hard thing. Having a streamlined wardrobe that really works for you, that's pared down and doesn't give you decision struggles first thing in the morning is another tip. And then finally, I encourage you to know your body shape, know your body type, your proportions, so that getting dressed is not so hard. If you'll hang with me here at Dress for My Day and also at dressformyday.com, I can give you lots of helps for dressing your body, your shape, and your proportions so that getting dressed is not a struggle, that it actually is more fun, more enjoyable, and the results are better too. Ladies, there's no reason for us to be women who make the #1 mistake that I see women over 50 making. We can get dressed for our day. We can feel better about ourselves in the process, and we can get out there and engage with the world around us. Thank you so much for hanging with me today. I hope this information has not been just informational, but it's also been perhaps transformative. Maybe it will change something in the way you approach your days. I encourage you to check out homeaglow.com/kharms, KAYHARMS, to get your first cleaning with Home Aglow, and your first 3 hours will be just $19. That is such a great deal. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday. Bye now.